ladies and gentlemen. We are here in the Florence School of Regulation Global Forum at the end of the Global Forum. And now I have the privilege of interview Monga from the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa. So I would like to start asking one question. What is the role of the regulator in Africa in this moment of the energy transition, the topic that we have been discussed these last 3 days in Florence?
Well, the role of a regulator, one has to approach that differently to say, what is it that must change? What is it that is needed? And then the regulator is more of a catalyst for the change. What change that is needed? What is needed in Africa, one is that we need increased access to power. What is needed is sustainability. What is needed, sustainability of that power systems. What is needed is the reliability and affordability. So this calls for a holistic approach from multiple actors, from the public and from the private and even from civil society. So therefore, all of these have different interests. So you need a referee. You need something that will make or that will synergize, all these actors, to be able to achieve the end goal, that to have electricity available, to have the security of supply, and to make it affordable and reliable so that it can power the economic development. Remember, energy is a catalyst. People don't eat energy. Energy, makes the food that we eat, the drinks that we drink. We were eating food this lunchtime, and there, no one even thinks that there is energy in that food. We sleep in warm houses, or if it's cold, if it's hot, we need cooling. So these are the kind of services that people require and appreciate. So energy is very important, but we need to go beyond that to say that, okay, how do we deliver that in a way that it can be usable, affordable, and etc. Therefore, that's where you need a regulator, and a very strong regulator that will actually be a catalyst for change. Because people also, they don't see the regulator, but they see the effectiveness of the regulatory sort of experience. For instance, as I said earlier, you have the private sector, the investors who want, the return on their investment. You have your IPPs also who are producing power, also need to be paid and they need to be billing. And then you have the industries, the economic sectors, industries, households, what have you. They want that energy in abundance. And also for them, they've got the interest of keeping the prices down. Then you have the producers who wants to get more out of it. That's the regulator. As a regulator, what you do, your effectiveness as a regulator is actually how you manage, these interests, these contradictions.
And you said that the citizens, they don't see the regulator, but they see the effects of the regulation. So what do you think it's needed to improve the public engagement of the citizens with the regulator, to them to participate in regulatory reforms?
This is an effective regulator. The effective regulator ensures that there is a public participation. I'm making an example of one regulator that I believe in Africa that is effective. The South African energy regulator, NESO. For instance, each year, the utility applies for a price increase, an increment. In some instances, that increment, is higher than, the required price. What happens is that whenever that happens, there's a public participation, whereby, the regulator engaged with the public, the public hearings, and they're engaged in it. And then, that's when the regulator hears the other side, and also the regulator should not, be partial in the sense that consider only the public side, but he has to also consider the cost of production. for the utility as well. And then you balance that, then you come up at a fair price. That's what the regulator can. Fair tariffs is very, very important.
Thank you so much. It was a wonderful talk, Monga.
Okay.
And thank you for coming to Florence and the Florence Score Regulation.
You're welcome.